Hi, welcome back. I'm Soudy Khan, Director of User Experience at Neuron. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about heuristics. This is something that comes up again all the time, the definition of which is kind of vague, or it at least has multiple definitions. For me, as a Director of User Experience, I define heuristics as a set of rules, goals, or qualities that I want to design with in mind, or that I want my experience to try to conform to or strive for. So that's really how I define it. These are the qualities, these are the traits, these are the things I want it to do, or maybe it's a set of rules that I check against. So for example, I use one set of rules that we call the 4 C's here at Neuron to be consistent, coherent, to provide context and clues. And I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But other heuristics might be relating to or around the strategic use of color, sound, transitions, typography, terminology, and so on. You know, you might have specific rules of your own. You might have found others from other practitioners. But the most important thing to remember about heuristics is that they are context dependent. Some things you might want to have that are very consistent, like the strategic use of typography. You know, am I using the right font in the right way? Sometimes I'll go into companies and I'll work with clients where, you know, it looks like everything's consistent in terms of typography, but for example, they're using Verdana and Futura and San Francisco, and they're all kind of sans serifs, but they're all slightly different, right? So that might be a set of rules, but most importantly, you want to have the rules be contextual to the user. And I'll give you an example of that. If you're doing something for kids, for example, a learning tool, you might want to add to your base set of heuristics things like it's playful. It has lots of in-app help. So maybe a guided tour, or there's a guide that's persistently there that the child can click on and get some contextual information and help. You might want to use color a lot because children learn to classify things by color at a very young age. You might want to invoke fun and laughter, things like that. On the other hand, you might be working on something that's for a very specific military or medical purpose. And in that case, you might look for things like minimal one-on-one training, but still enough one-on-one training. You might look at something that's highly efficient. You might want graphics that are highly functional. For example, the graphics that are most functional when looking at something under the desert sun might not be the most aesthetically pleasing graphics. They might not look that great, but when you have a consumer that's making a decision, say for a phone in a store and there's all this competition, that's one consideration. But when you have a user that's being assigned a particular piece of gear, like in the military, that's a little different. So again, keep in mind that heuristics is a set of rules, goals, or qualities that you want to design with in mind, or that you want your experience to try to conform to or strive for. You have a baseline set of heuristics, but be sure to add your own that are contextual to the user in this product. Thank you very much. Take care.